evening, everyone. Welcome to Delta Entertainment. I am your host, Lika Kenobi. And before we get started, we'd like you guys please hit that like button and please subscribe to my channel. Would appreciate that very, very much. All right, let's get into this. DC Studios has announced a movie that was going to come out, and it looks like they put it under scrapped. And it is titled DC Studios has canceled the upcoming Sergeant Rock movie starring Colin Farrell. Plot and cast details revealed. So, Colin Farrell, who starred as the Penguin in the movie The Batman and the Penguin Show, and who's going to return as the Penguin in the Batman 2, if that movie ever happens, because of the situation where Matt Reeves is what is going on, who I feel sorry for, by the way, and I hope things go well with him. But now DCU has canceled Sergeant Rock's movie, so that's not going to happen. But let's read about it and see what has happened here. And this was since yesterday that what happened. Hollywood Reporter has just confirmed the news. Sergeant Rock isn't happening. The action war movie base that was to shoot this summer will no longer move forward. Writes the trade, confirming it was in the pre-production and gearing up for the film in England. Sergeant Rock was also in the process of casting the members of Easy Company, with Challengers star Mike Faced lined up for a role. A part of a female French resistance fighter had also been set, per sources. It's reportedly unclear why the movie was shut down, though we do have some plot details. The story is said to involve Rock teaming with a female French resistance fighter. Are there any other kind? To find the mystical spear of destiny. The spear used to stab Jesus Christ during his crucifixion, and in lore is said to have supernatural properties before the Nazis get their hands on it. The rap, meanwhile, adds, the issue one-sider noted came down to scheduling the film, which would require a lot of exterior suits, needed to start production this summer, and wasn't going to make its date. Budget didn't appear to be an issue. It was meant to come in under $70 million. My Time to Shine was the first to share the news, Sergeant Rock's cancellation, though it may well live to fight another day if those supposed scheduling problems can be figured out. Our original story follows. Superman will be the first DCU movie from DC Studios, with Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow following next summer. Those are two major characters, but beyond that, it appears that the current plan is to focus on a couple of lesser-known protagonists. Clayface is also coming in 2026. Sergeant Rock and the Batman Part 2, which isn't set in the DCU, meanwhile, are tentatively scheduled for 2027. Sergeant Rock is a pretty obscure character, and it's a little surprising that the World War II hero will be the only DCU project gracing theaters 2 years from now. So, right now, Sergeant Rock is canceled. And right now, we have an article that I talked about a couple days ago with the Superman plot rumor that was going on. And it is yet to be true what has happened. I'm going to talk about that next. That will be my next video. So stay tuned with that, people. Let me tell you, it is brutal. Very, very brutal. Which I will talk about. Well, unless it's been scrapped, that's the claim made by an insider. Sergeant Rock movie has been canceled by DC Studios. Love or hate these social media scoopers, we can't imagine they say something like this without being somewhat confident that the movie is no longer happening. If so, expect Hollywood trades to weigh in sooner rather than, because the supposed cancellation of Sergeant Rock is one of the biggest news stories of 2025 so far. Remember the Features was written by Justin Kurtzix, who penned Challengers and Queer, with Luca Guadagnino, the director of those movies, set to helm the project. It will revolve around the tough as nails leader of Easy Company, the combat unit fighting Nazi forces in Europe. Daniel Craig is thought to have passed on the title role. The Penguin star Colin Farrell later emerged as the frontrunner to play the relatively obscure character who made his DCU debut in Creature Commandos, voiced by Maury Sterling. In February, DC Studios co-CEO Peter Safran said of Sergeant Rock. What we love about the movie is the opportunity to tell a story about heroism and conflict in compelling and unique way. Justin really wrote a wonderful screenplay, and that's what's catapulted that project for the forefront. If it's no longer happening, DC Studios is nothing heading to theaters in 2027. The Brave and the Bold is yet to cast its Batman, and Wonder Woman appears to be stuck in limbo. There's no word on why Sergeant Rock will be shut down, though we imagine it boils down to creative differences, and that's typically the reason given in these situations. I'm going to say this. I'm going to put my reason here. I think they're waiting to see if the Superman movie will be successful. Because if Superman does not succeed, this may be it. Because you got the Lanterns in production right now. The DC Lanterns in production right now for what's going on. And with the Superman movie in its first debut that's coming out, if this movie fails, there may not be no point in any DCU projects coming on. And with this Superman rumor that has been the plot that has been true and has been confirmed, they're in deep crap. So I am going to talk about this. I'm going to be talking about it next, so stay tuned. But as for this article, I'm done with this article. So you guys let me know in the comments, what do you guys think of this? So please be so kind as to share this video, post a comment below. Let me know your thoughts about this. What do you think of this cancellation of Sergeant Rock? Do you think it's true? Do you think it's false? Do you think it's because of the Superman movie that they're waiting to see if it succeeds or not? You guys let me know in the comments below. As always, thank you all for watching this video. Thank you for being part of the channel. And I'll be seeing you guys until next time. Good night, everyone.